If you're looking for an outbound cold SMS campaign that you can send to thousands, if not tens of thousands of leads on a weekly basis, then this is the campaign for you. I built it out on GoHighLevel, and it guarantees that every single lead that you submit into the workflow is guaranteed to get a text message. So let me walk you through it. I'll leave in the description below the link to this workflow if you'd like to use it. And of course, keep watching through the video to get an idea of how you can build this for yourself if you're handy on GoHighLevel. So initially, we've set it up with a tag. So the phone validation tag, you simply add this tag to start the workflow, and you can add that to any contact that has got a mobile number in your CRM system. It's important that those leads do have a mobile number, because if it's a landline number, obviously they won't receive a text. The second part of this workflow is a number formatter. So we actually have to get the number validated by a third party in this instance, because it's GoHighLevel. If there is a 5% bounce rate on GoHighLevel, your phone number will actually get banned by Twilio, which is the provider for GoHighLevel. So you have to ensure that every single text message you send lands to the customer. And to do that without having to vet your list prior to uploading it to GoHighLevel, you need to add this validation step. So we've added a number formatter in here. So if you add an 077 number, if you're in the UK, and it doesn't have a +44 in front of it, this formatting step will add that +44. It will then get sent over via an API. So the webhook will send the phone number off. It will validate from our third party and pull it back. So down here, this API, if the phone number is +44 and it's a valid number that is true, the phone number will be allowed to continue in this workflow. So you can see here, condition, is the number valid, yes or no? If the number is no, it will pause the workflow. The number isn't valid, they won't receive the text message, and they'll be removed from the workflow. If the number is, however, valid, we've put a drip here on the campaign of 100 per day. The reason I've kept it fairly small is if you overload a brand new phone number or any phone number through Twilio with hundreds, if not thousands of messages every single day, there is a chance it will get flagged for spamming, and we don't want to do that. So we want to slowly but surely trickle these text messages out to customers. So we put in the 100 per day trip, and then we also, to ensure that this phone number doesn't get banned, we've also included a split. So this split marker here will segregate the leads into 5 steps. Now, these workflows are identical in nature, and they also send out the same text message sequence, but they're just written slightly differently. So the reason being, if we write these text messages differently and we drip them slowly through, we've got 5 different opportunities to get in touch with the customer in the exact same way, but the text messages in each workflow are slightly different to try and ensure that Twilio doesn't trip us as spam and ban the phone number. So nice and simple. We add the trigger, format the phone number, we send it off to the third party. I will leave the link down below for the third party I've used in the UK to validate this number. If the phone number is valid, yes, it will move to the 100 drip per day. 100 phone numbers will drip into the split. The split will then go into one of these. And like I said, these are all identical. So I'll walk you through one of them, and it's the same all the way across. So 1 per minute will drop through. We'll send an initial text message. So this will usually be something like, hi, this is the service that we offer. We've done some research in your area and noticed that your competitors are outdoing you. Would you like us to do a free audit? It'll wait 3 hours, and if the customer hasn't replied, it will add to another drip section. However, if they do reply to this text message before the 3 hour mark, even if they reply instantly, it will drop down here to this AI intent detection. In the AI intent detection, it will essentially just decipher whether the reply was positive, negative, or if there was none. If there was none, obviously we've got them going down this side of the workflow, and they'll continue in with this sequence. If they did reply and it was negative, we don't want to force any conversation with them, so we're going to leave that open-ended. No message will be sent. If it's positive, to make sure our reply back to them isn't instant, we've added a 1 minute wait step here, and then we're going to send them a text message. So let's just assume they haven't replied, it will again time out after 3 hours. And we don't want to spam 100 of these leads that have dropped into this section through to the next text message. So again, we've got a 1-minute drip, and it will slowly but surely drip these customers through for a text. The same step applies here. So we wait 2 days after they get the first text message. If they reply, we send them a text, which is the same as this one here, just saying thank you for the opportunity of working with you, and it will send them a link to book a call in with us. That is the same here. If they reply positively initially, send them a link to book in a call with us, and we do the same here. Again, if they don't, a 1-minute drip. They get sent another text message. If they reply, we send them a booking form so they can book in for a call. If they don't, 1-minute drip, text message. So you can see the workflow from this point on is replicated. Obviously, we have different text messages nurturing them, explaining the services we've provided for other people, the results we've had, the opportunities they're perhaps missing out on, educating on the service we provide, trying to get a response. And if they do reply, we want to book them in for a call. If they don't reply, we carry on the nurture sequence. But this sequence here, which looks pretty overwhelming, there's quite a lot of things to look at. It is actually just one individual branch. So we've duplicated the branch and we've changed the text messages in each segment. It's a really important workflow for our marketing agency. It's super successful. We can send in 1,000 leads a week. It will send the text messages. Each one of these branches costs about 10p per customer that we send a text message to. It's not expensive. I think 6p of that is the validation with the third party, and the rest of it is 4 to 5p to get them through the whole workflow. And for 10p to get someone engaged at that level through a mobile number and consistently be on top of them is absolutely priceless. It is crucial, though, if you are going to do this campaign, that you do use the number validator, because, like I said, 5% of your text messages bouncing to invalid numbers through Twilio will ban the phone number. So pretty much as soon as you put 1,000 leads through, you tend to get at least 50 of them are invalid numbers. So every time you do a campaign, you'll get a phone number ban. So it's completely pointless starting if you don't add this step in. I just wanted to quickly show you the third-party phone number validation company that I'm using. So GBG Locate, I found they had reasonable pricing, and they actually work in 121 different countries. I've seen a few other tutorials online of similar phone validation and drip campaigns, and they tend to use American phone validators. There are few companies that are this well priced for UK phone numbers. So initially you could start a free trial and do 45. So when I was setting up this sequence, I did 45 on a free trial. And then from that point on, it's 6.8p per phone validation. The plan that we're currently on at the moment is about £100 per month. So we actually get ours for 6.1p per validation. But I found this was the best company. So if you're looking for a provider, go check these guys out. To further cleanse it, make sure that you're only drip feeding a low amount of people through per day. You can do up to 500 a day. It's safe to do so, but we just do 100 because it saves us having to reset campaigns up and buy new phone numbers. If our campaign gets banned for any reason by Twilio, the phone number gets banned, we'll have to buy another one. So we just keep it a nice minimal amount. And again, make sure you add these drips to each of the text messages to ensure that you don't get banned. So that's it for this text message campaign. If you've got any questions on the development of this, just drop them down below and I'll be sure to get back to as many people as possible.